There's 5 pages of a speech here, and I find it incredible. Let me be positive first and welcome the fact that the government is going to continue funding UNRWA, and deeply concerned that other countries, including the US, have decided to suspend funding. Other than that, in this 5-page speech, there isn't a single reference to the findings of the ICJ. Now, I find that truly incredible. It doesn't set out what the findings are, what we think of those findings, not a word. Instead, it talks about the International Criminal, the ICJ is not a debating society, that the Taoiseach will not be distracted by political posturing or one-upmanship, and that they may not be facts that fit neatly in a slogan to be shouted or a 90-second clip for TikTok. That is beneath the Taoiseach. It's also an insult to the opposition, who have repeatedly stood here, done our best, done our work along with our colleagues in the office to present what is happening in Israel, go right through what's been said by the government, the President in Israel, the Prime Minister, and the various things. We've read the judgment, I've read the judgment 3 times, and to produce a speech like that is absolutely insulting. What does the judgment say? At the very least, the judgment sends out that the allegations of genocide are not without merit. The court's finding that South Africa's claim of a violation of rights under the Genocide Convention is plausible. Now, to me, that finding is shocking and extraordinary, and I agree with the commentators that have said that. No state, and particularly Israel, but no state should even get close to the point at which an allegation of genocide becomes plausible. It is a consequential step, and along with it, the breadth of the court's majority on it. And I can quote many commentators, many experts, but I choose to quote Professor Bhreithiúnais Idirnáisiúnta, who says, many will assess the court by the bottom line, namely that the word ceasefire wasn't used. That is clearly the wrong test. Instead, she said, the powerful and all-encompassing phrase, take all measures within its power, leads to the conclusion that the state of Israel must in fact fundamentally reassess and revisit its conduct of hostilities in Gaza to ensure that it's not found in breach of the Genocide Convention. The emphasis, she said, on the totality of the provisions, not just genocide, but conspiracy to commit genocide, directing and public incitement to genocide, attempting to commit genocide, and complicity, and so on. And she refers to the overarching narrative from the court, clearly acknowledging the horror of the 7th of October, but also the factual record marshalled to address the parties on the ongoing horror in Gaza to date. The court brings forcible displacement, death, the lack of access to food and water, and the situation of pregnant Palestinian women to the fore. And it leans heavily on the statements of the UN Relief and Works Agency, the World Health Organization, the General Secretary and the Under Secretary, and so on. None of that referred to whatsoever in this speech from the Taoiseach. What has happened since the court gave its judgment? Within 48 hours of the ruling, 373 more Palestinians killed and injured 643, bringing a total of 26,637 Palestinians, with 60%, as I understand, women or children. Surely that merited a comment. On day 116 of the Israeli war on Gaza, UNRWA is the main organisation on the ground, and yet we have Israel suddenly coming up with evidence as a result of which America and many other countries disgracefully and unacceptably suspend their money. UNRWA is the most important relief agency in Gaza, and let me say that Israel has been targeting UNRWA for many, many years, from Netanyahu down. 152 UNRWA employees killed, 152 employees killed since the start of the current conflict. And we see an allegation by Israel in relation to 12 members. Whether there's evidence for it or not, I don't know, but there's a full investigation into that by the organisation. A tiny percentage of the overall 30,000 that's employed by UNRWA, and suddenly the big powers, the big boys and the big women can come together to suspend the vital funding for Gaza, and we don't see in Palestine, and we don't see anything wrong with that. Time prevents me from going any further, but just let me quote Philip Lazzarini, the UNRWA Commissioner. It is shocking to see a suspension of funds to the agency in reaction to allegations against a small group of staff, especially given the immediate action that UNRWA took by terminating their contracts and so on. I didn't think, I'm ashamed of what the Taoiseach has done here tonight, and I'm on record for praising the Taoiseach in the past and the Taoiseach in relation to their action. Now they're simply playing games.